Hey guys, and welcome back to Roll for Damage. Yarrow has sat down right in the nick of time. How you doing?
I'm grabbing Hero Forge minis, yo.
Oh, we have a new overlay for this. I'm scared.
We have to have a new overlay for this. There's only two of you right now.
I'm scared.
So, welcome back. As I take, usually it's a wonderful group of nerds, but it's just these two lovely nerds today.
How dare you?
We ate the other ones. I'm sorry.
It's Thanksgiving weekend. We're going to make things a little bit more chill today. Not for Nia. She gets trauma. That's her lot in life. But chill vibes in general. This is a bit of an interlude session since these characters will be going off and dealing with some personal things. Should be a bit of fun. Before we get into it, I would like to thank some people. Firstly, someone new to be thanked on this stream is Serum. He is the tech for a few of our other games who managed to, at 1 a.m, get back to me and pretty much just be like, yeah, no, I can knock up an overlay for 2 people, no worries, and sent this out to me. So, thanks, dude. I really, really appreciate that. That's really cool of you.
Serum, you're a lifesaver.
After that, that salute. After that, we'll thank...
It's a real failure.
We'll thank Bree for the art. You can see it on the stream right now. It's really pretty. We will be getting updated character art between this season and next season. I will be able to show off a few things. We'll have some things in Discord, go up on Twitter, and it'll be a bit of fun. But for now, we will be using Bree's art, and it's very, very nice. Look at Ignis all flamey. Who else do we have to thank? Sign Escape for the music. And Hero Forge. Now, usually it was Kieran doing a Hero Forge thing, and then it was Sean. I'm going to do my best, but I'm not quite the salesman they are.
What? Just channel your...
Okay, no, go, Arron, be a used car salesman.
Yeah. Hi. Hello. First and foremost, a huge thank you to Hero Forge, where you can create your own custom D&D minis, like these ones that I had made back when I was running D6. I got Garu, I got Daki, and I got River, and you could have them 3D printed by Hero Forge and have them sent to you by different kinds of materials, like their premium plastic, which I absolutely adore, or their usual PVC stuff, which does have lines, but it's still very useful, or metal if you're that level of awesome. So you could also download your figure and you could 3D print it yourself, like I did. They have tons of little tchotchkes and little designs they could add for your minis, as well as you can add color to your minis, and they could print them with color already, or have them painted and sent to you for a set and wonderful, at least reasonable price, at least for me. So if you guys want to go ahead and check out Hero Forge and then also develop your own hero, please go to Hero Forge today and forge your own hero and your path to adventure now. Oh gosh, that is weird for me. I'm gonna clear that out before I start running D6 again.
So, Hero Forge does an update every Tuesday where they bring out new stuff. Most recently, they did a dragon thing for Fizzbands. They have done wounds and scars and decals. I think that was a couple weeks after that. They did a few of them. I can't remember what this week's one was, but I looked at it and was like, that was cool. I know for Halloween they did like spooky weapons, and that was cool. Yeah. But yeah, just every week something.
They come out with cool shit every week.
Yeah.
Just,
and speaking of Hero Forge, we are running a massive 48-hour charity stream, which Hero Forge is going to be a sponsor for. They have given us 4 giveaways for it. There are 3 $50 codes to get your own character printed. So highly recommend, if you're not a painter like me, to just, get that premium colored plastic, I think that they call it, printed, done, sent out to you. Really, really nice. They are also giving us a 1-year subscription to premium to Hero Forge Pro to give away to someone that enters the giveaways through the stream. So there'll be more information about that coming out really soon. speaking of that, we also have Wooten Forge giving away handmade dice boxes. We have so much stuff. We have a bunch of stuff from Dungeon Fog, who are a website where you make... brain has just switched off.
Maps.
Yeah, thank you. I was like, what is the word for the thing you place your minis on? Maps. Yes, you make maps. I've used them quite a bit in this game, especially through Season 1. And they did sponsors for a little while, I think it was Season 1 or Season 2. So they are really cool. You should go check them out. I believe they also have a free trial that you can test it all out on. So, go to Dungeon Fog. Oh my god, do we still have the Dungeon Fog command? Dungeon Fog? DF.
Hard no.
Go to dungeonfog.com. How about that? Let's just someone follow that link, and if it goes to the right spot, tell me. If it doesn't, I will fix it.
Yeah. Also, with the notion of Hero Forge, you guys will actually be seeing some custom miniatures for the game that I will be running.
Yeah, cool. Nice. We also have a couple of copies of Wild Beyond the Witchlight, a Candlekeep Mysteries, a Fizzbands, all in the alternate covers. They're nice and shiny and pretty, along with a Young Adventurers collection, which will be part of the giveaways. We are raising money for St. Jude's Research Hospital, and we have a goal of $1,000, but we would like to just smash that and get as much as we can to help kids for Christmas. They are a great charity that try to find cures for childhood diseases. A lot has to do with cancer, and they spread that research around the world freely so that others can benefit from it.
Also, another wonderful thing about St. Jude's is that no patients pay to be there, which is really important for us in North America who haven't the US. No. Or that hasn't been figured out yet. Nobody pays to get treated there. And the parents do not pay to stay there. It's a beautiful charity.
Yeah.
For a second, I thought you was differentiating between no one pays to stay there. Also, the parents don't pay. I was just like, wait, they're like, no, don't worry, kids, you don't have to pay. Hey, parents, come in.
They provide housing for parents.
No, yeah, you're right. They are a great charity. We will be doing a lot of advertisement for that through this week. We have, I think, in excess of 25 different content creators at the moment, with Yarrow and Shelby both being part of it. We have Joe Cat, Cammy Cat, all the cats, Davy,
Uzu, don't forget Uzu.
Wonders and Blunders, Split the Party, Corsair's Cove. Just so many. So
we have a ton of amazing people coming in this event.
I wonder if we could get the Spellfire bar up. Will you agree to join my game?
No. I'm going to be doing a thing for that whole weekend where I'm trying to get enough excess giveaways that the Spellfire bars trigger extra giveaways and that sort of stuff. So we'll see how it goes. Yeah. But anyways,
I just really want Nova to join. That's it.
I am taking the whole thing. It's 48 hours. I'm gonna be so sleepy.
It is genuinely incredibly stressful to play in tech at the same time.
So, anyways, let's get tonight's show on the road. Can I get Shelby? Tell us who you are, where you're from, and I guess the character you're playing.
Hi, my name is Shelby or Whistle. I'm from the channel Whistle While You Work. It's a channel where I tell stories from my D&D experience and try whatever fun fantasy stuff comes to mind. As Nova said, I'm going to be involved in this charity event. I'm going to be DMing for the first time live for a bunch of people through a stupid little one-shot that I put together in 2 weeks. Let's see how this goes. And I'll be playing Nia Arron, our problematic, very, very conflicted, depressed child.
I just had a thought. Sorry, as you're talking about, stupid little one shots and stuff, and I was thinking about Fizzbands, and right before we get to Yarrow, I'm gonna do I just use the avatar of Tiamat in our charity game? Do we just throw that in there to fight?
No.
I mean, if
CR30,
if you could toss it,
I'm not running it.
We all need to be level 20 if it's a CR 30. Let's be
We
honest.
are very off topic.
Anyways,
Aaron, introduce
yes,
yourself.
introduce-
Hi, hello, I'm Arron. I'm otherwise known as Yaroshian on the internet. I create the series How to Be an Adventurer, which is an Is It Wrong to Try and Pick Up Girls in a Dungeon parody series. I'm actually getting ready to do the final woodshedding in these next couple of weeks, and I will have a final release date noted on Patreon and all that stuff, and hopefully soon on Twitter. There will be an update video soon. And also, I am the Dungeon Master for D6, the D&D live show. I am going to be hosting what will hopefully be the last slot for the charity stream. It is one of my favorite Christmas-based one-shots that I run for friends, that I have run for before with Monty, Joe, Bracky, and Puffin Forest. So if you guys are interested in coming by, saying hi, there will also be hopefully a special announcement for the end of that as well. I really look forward to all that fun stuff. Cannot wait to start throwing a giant anti-Santa at my players. I'm so excited. Yeah, very much the Krampus. And I will be playing Ignis Brimlight. I am a fire sorcerer who also does some healy magic, and I'm going to go pray. I need to pray. And that's me. So, let's get down dirty.
Shelby, can I just get you to say something again? I just wanted to double check our mic levels because the before stream was a bit of a mess.
Yes. Hello.
Yeah, perfect.
This is Shelby, talking like Shelby.
Yeah.
And Nia, talking like Nia, just in case.
Yeah, as long as you don't get too quiet and be like, I'm sad and scared in here.
Well, if I'll make sure the mic is close to me because something tells me there's gonna be a lot of I'm sad today, Mister.
So, I've decided that Shelby will be doing the recap. So I think Yara did it last week.
I did it last week, yeah.
So,
just remind me where last week started. My days are all running together, and I apologize. I believe we started last week. Crap, where did we start last week?
I believe you
were in the magic shop.
The tavern.
Magic shop, yes.
Magic shop. Yeah, you guys bought some stuff. You spent heaps of gold.
And then we went to the tavern.
That happened.
And you did some more in-depth planning.
Yeah.
And you guys are pretty much, this interlude is going to be you dealing with the things you wanted to deal with.
Brain.
Last session, we bought some magic items, caught up with Bob, met Yako again, had some really horrific revelations in which Nia finally remembered memories that were taken from her in like the early part of season 1. She has finally remembered who her uncle is. Had a very meaningful talk with Saren and Ignis. Auric and Sloan got some Auric found some iron stones. He didn't buy any, but he found some in the magic shop. Sloan was looking at spooky shields. We all got some new gear. But now Ignis, I believe, is going off to talk to his god, and Nia might be trying to go repair things with her not dad.
With dad not dad?
Actually, before you go, because I'm assuming Auric handed it over to me because I was the one that wanted it. The Sunblade.
So yeah, we'll get to that in a second when we actually start up.
Yeah.
But and the other part related to that is that Ignis had been talking about wanting to cast a commune that would help everyone, and was talking to about what they wanted. And at some point, I guess you'll be, casting it. I think you already have the questions put aside. I hope you wrote them down since it's been a week. Cool. I was waiting for the shake of the head. Nope. All right. So we'll begin tonight's session with Auric handing over the Sunblade, saying something fairly Auric-y, and taking Sloan to go rest since tomorrow you're breaking someone out of prison, and he still needs a bit of R&R. He's a bit fucked up still with his 2-level exhaustions. He keeps complaining about Sean. So
well, of course you would say that, you fucking... I imagine that's the way the conversation would go.
Yeah. So we also have I just remembered. Saren is going to offer another drink to Yako, and they're going to head out the door, heading towards his boat, leaving just Nia and Ignis
God damn,
alone.
Sarah.
Bob's just cleaning stuff up.
Awkward.
Do you guys want
Nia's
another
just
drink?
Just some water, please.
So I couldn't hear that. What was that? Speak up, little miss.
Oh. Just some water, please.
I will take a warm whiskey.
Warm whiskey? Alright.
Yep.
So, like, makes that. Not exactly a make thing. He gets a little glass out, and he drops a little like a cube stone into it. And as it gets there, you just see a little room glows and starts to heat up a little bit. He slides across to you.
That's nice.
That's cool.
Oh, just the water. You sure?
I don't really drink. She still has like a mostly full glass of liquor in front of her.
Okay. And just sort of like gets it. He's like, when you're done with that jug, I need it back.
Fair enough.
Do you remember he
Sloan
gave?
has it.
Yeah.
Sloan has it.
Yeah.
Now.
I know.
It's got endless hot chocolate in it right now.
I know. She's walked out, so he's
Have
kind
fun
of
wrestling
towards
that
you.
away from her, Bob. I'm not getting in that fight.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll tell Yako that she has it. Where's he gone anyway?
He went to the boat with Saren.
Oh, okay. I hope the Black Sword Lady's okay with that.
Are you good, Bob?
Is there anything else I can do at all? Or food? Nothing?
No, you're perfectly fine.
Well, thank you.
Yeah. I mean, you're both fine as in the purpose of what's happening here, and also your physicality as well. But
He is a big man. Like, he's like
yeah,
dad bod. Like, he's like quite tall, really broad, barrel chested, but it just gets bigger to the beer belly, right?
He's
like
built like a house.
Yeah. You're pretty sure he could like lift Sloane up with one hand if he wanted to, and she's also very large.
Yeah.
And Sloane's also
the
a
main
brick.
reason why I don't start a fight with the man.
So he sort of, to emphasize this, he sort of like smiles and he goes out back and he's preparing the day, and he just like comes out with like a massive wooden drum of ale and just carries it through into the area, places it down.
Bob
and
is the best. I'm so glad he's
moving
still
things
around.
around.
Yeah.
So while he's busy, do you have anything else you guys want to do? Say to each other?
As I'm staring, I'm just like, well, all things said and considered, I do have something for you, and I asked to see if Ulrich could get it for me in the meantime. And he pulls out the Sunblade.
She looks at you skeptically, like raises an eyebrow.
You don't have to trust me. I don't think it would be healthy to look at somebody like me who is very idealistic in their core values. And I understand that. And as much as I can be angry, there is a sense that I have made my mistake in not fully recognizing your plight.
You didn't have to.
No, I did. And he slides it over. The choice that you get to make is whether or not you wish to undertake those values for yourself. Not mine, your own. Because I do see a good person. I see an honest, kind, genuine good person. But my perception is not always the most clearest. And if you decide to walk the path you wish to walk, just know that I will choose to be your friend instead of an enemy.
I don't know what path I'm walking anymore. But thanks.
Well,
She just kind of like takes her water closer to her and just like looks into the cup.
As
the
Bob
good news
passes
is
behind you
that
with some food.
the good news is that since you have no path, that lays the solid foundation to making your own.
I think it's less that I don't have one, and I think I'm at a crossroads now. And I don't know which one's the right choice.
So, the blade that he's passed you isn't so much a blade, it's just a pommel and crossguard, if I remember correctly. And it has symbols of the sun god across it, and a large sunstone set in the pommel.
So it's symbols of Sarnarik?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. She's hesitant to touch it, but she hasn't pushed it away.
I know what this means.
I used to have a
But-
symbol to Sarnarik. I used to carry one all the time. You couldn't catch me anywhere without it. I wouldn't even take it off to sleep.
Pulling out his little symbol. And pulls out his symbol from under his waistcoat. I value life. I value warmth. I fear the cold because of what it has done to me and the people I cared about.
She kind of laughs a bit. I liked the cult. Before all this happened, I used to be able to make little snow flurries, and every spell I cast looked like ice, and it felt amazing to be able to create something so delicate and small, and it didn't last forever, but it was special when it happened.
Perhaps one day you will have that back.
The dragon's dead. The one I housed is gone. I don't think it can come back. I just hope that everyone who was with it didn't die too. That they moved on somewhere.
Just for a second here, guys. Nia, how do you feel as you say the dragon's dead?
She's, like, sad. Like, it's genuinely, like... I think it's probably close to the same kind of sadness when you lose a family member. Like, she's had that her entire life, and she knows who it was now.
Are you proficient in religion?
I believe no.
I know I am.
Yeah, it's not going to help you either right now. Make a flat wisdom check.
Oh, wisdom. It's always wisdom. Yeah, it's a 5. You're asking the 7 wisdom girl to make wisdom checks. It's not going to work.
Alright, don't worry about it. Nothing happens. Nothing you can notice happens.
Okay.
As you say that, like, for the first time, instead of, like, the usual, like, general smile, probably pulls back to being a bit warm. I honest to goddess believe that nothing is ever really gone. Nobody ever really just moves past from living to dead. There's always a faint line, a little bit of light at the dark at the end of the tunnel. It's just that we have to fight the fear of darkness, don't we?
She just kind of shrugs. I'm sorry. I'm just a bit tired from today.
It's alright. Nia, which way? The path you take. Just know that, whether you trust me or not, my words are true when I say I will be your friend. In the meantime...
She just gives a nod.
Well, rest up. I have a meeting.
So...
And, drinks the rest of his drink. And one more stare. Sleep well. And I'm gonna make my way to the church.
Okay. The church that you head to, because you've probably walked past it a few times, being like, I gotta go there. You've been around the city a bit. But it took damage from what looks like a meteor strike at some point. It has one whole side of it was caved in. So
what the hell is this?
Yeah. So when you get there, because it is, I'm trying to remember what time of day it was. It's like evening, I believe. You get there, and there's just the lone caretaker, the priest, there at this point. All the construction workers are gone. All the people that would be help. You can see that there's like a bit of scaffolding, bit of things like put together to help out. And you can see that there's been food laid out earlier in the day, lots of bread to help whoever's here, rebuilding, to say thank you for it all. But the priest sees you. Hello, you are. He just sort of looks you up and down with his the flaming hair. He's like, very touched by the goddess, it seems.
Oh no, I was made this way. Don't misconstrue that I born this way.
Is there something I can do for you, child?
Yes, I just came to pray.
Oh.
This is, it's one of the very few things that I can rely on.
I could pray with you. I am the head of the Church of the Sun in Etredale.
Please excuse me, I forgot to ask for a name.
He sort of looks a bit crestfallen for a moment. I was of House Vaughn before I was exiled. I did not believe with all of their teachings, and I wanted to just follow her. He sort of looks up through the hole in the wall.
Can I make an insight on all this shit?
Yep.
Fucking 16.
Yeah, he's straight up telling the truth.
Okay.
No one's asked for my name in quite some time. They just call me Father or Sir. I'm Callistes. What is your name, child?
I am known as Ignis Brimlight.
Fitting
From
name.
Well, my adoptive parents were very keen on doing things quite literally. Answers for a harrowing journey. There are various things that I feel very dark things are coming. And I am very confident that she will know what to say to me.
I could perhaps offer. It's been a long day and I'm tired, but I have faith-given abilities that could help. I'm able to talk more directly than praying to our goddess and her angels. If that is something that you are looking for, many people come here seeking it. But I tend to use most of my power on healing and helping. I have some left if this is what you want.
I feel like we are akin to this. Me and you. I intend to accept. No worries. But I feel like I must make that connection myself first.
Come with me, young Ignis. I have something I think you should see.
Oh, alright, I follow.
You go to a set of stairs that goes up to the roof in what would have been like an observatory with this big crystal dome. And during the day, you could follow the path of the sun. There's a big sundial on the floor, statues of angels, and there's these there's art of scenes of the sun goddess's life, people that are important in her mysteries around the room. They're not particularly like good art. There's a big difference between some of the other churches where they've thrown thousands and thousands of gold at getting artists that, like, it looks like the community has been given access to this area to make the art themselves, and like it gets touched up and painted over, and it's a little bit of a mess, but it has this very communal vibe to it for such a large church, which is a very different feeling than you've probably seen in other places.
Yeah.
But the thing that draws your attention with a religion check.
Okay. Give her a go. 21.
That's not bad. The sundial has circles within it, circles within circles, and each one seems to be a ritual which is intended to compound and empower the next ring out. It's like a ritual commune spell, along with some augury, along with a few other things that you've probably not even seen before, even as someone who's so heavily invested in the mysteries of the sun goddess, Arron. This is a place of communion and faith. If you wish, you could cast your spell, I believe you're going to use to establish a connection, and I could empower it somewhat. It will have a side effect, though. You will not be able to commune with your goddess for usually about 7 days.
Well, if I could get all the answers I need, I'm sure she'll be able to rest knowing that I will not need to talk for too long.
Make a perception check for me, just as you're looking at this guy.
Okay.
There's nothing too hard to see. I just want to make sure you don't abysmally fail.
I mean, my passive is 13, but I'll take an 18.
Yeah. So you notice he's got burn marks and like scars around his eyes. If you sit in the center of the circle, and I will stand here. Let me know when you wish to begin.
No time like the present. He begins to step into the center of the circle. And
you notice that, like, in different parts around this, there's like different offerings. There's like small bowls that have things in. So if there's anything else you want to add to this to sort of help the communion, anything at all, you know that she's a god of fire, healing, light, and dragons.
I'm gonna reach into my jacket. I'm gonna pull out that gold scale that she gave me when I first started all this. It's this
Okay.
small golden scale that was flaked off at the last church.
Okay. So you place that just on the floor in front of you, or in like one of these bowls, or anything, somewhere else?
I'm gonna put it right in the center.
Okay.
And going to put it at the base of where that sundial is, just almost to let it lean off.
All right. As you start to cast the spell, you see that the light around your small circle starts to glow this like silvery, or the line starts to grow like silvery light, and these faint wisps of energy connect the next circle and the next circle, and you hear the priest whisper, "Olariel, sister of the sun, guide her light." Because the sun is currently set and the moon has risen. But instead of acting like a standard moon, the moon now acts more like a direct mirror, and sunlight, full powered, bounces off it to fill this. I'm playing with something I shouldn't be. To fill this this dome, and the silvery light turns to golden fire and rings around. The scale in the center sort of rises and melts to become this orb of gold, and the priest steps forward and says, "Saranoric, I beseech you, help your faithful. Help them find their way. Use me as your vessel once more." And he closes his eyes, and you hear this grunt, and as he opens them again, he's got two orbs of like the sun for eyes, It's burning and sizzling the flesh around his eyes. But he steps forward and solar winds rip around him. And this sort of much softer voice calls out to you from him. We have watched you. What is it you need? For those playing at home, this priest is a level 20 cleric has used divine intervention on himself to be filled with an avatar.
I stare into the light, and kind of lowering my head, just in awe. I have come to seek answers that I believe the goddess may have.
She does see all things the light touches. And if she doesn't, her sister does, and he looks up towards the moon, which is no longer like this silver, a strong golden colour. It's reflecting this sunlight down. And he steps forward and he holds his hand out, and that orb of gold moves around his hand, and he sort of just makes this small shape, shapes with his hand, and the orb of gold becomes a very, very small golden dragon, which just starts flying around the room. Maybe the size of your hand at best.
Okay. I am curious in many aspects, but I first need to know. Felix of House Vaughn, brother of the one I know as Arron. I wish to seek his whereabouts, and if I can envision him and where he is. I would like to know his location.
He sort of stares into the middle ground for a moment. You see a few sunspots move across the eyes, and a little solar flare bounces from one eye to the other. He is currently out of the light. Hard to see. He is in a prison of the Varns. There was talk of a carriage 2 days ago to move him to a square for execution, guarded by a company of knights, barred and warded against magic. I do not know if you'll be able to see him but on the day of his demise, though that future is not yet written.
I am humbled by this. And I seek another answer regarding it. To ensure fate does not writhe against us. There is many conversations into finding a place to protect young Felix. I would like to know if there is a safer and far more protected place within the lands of Etredale.
If If young Felix stays in Etredale, he will not survive. Hunted. No future I see. He sort of listens for a moment. Or that she speaks will allow him to live. He has a condition. His heart is made of wood. And he sort of holds up a hand, and one of the paintings sort of gets this burnt scene crossing it as these fires form people and leave after images and burns. It's quite beautiful to watch. It's of this swordsman falling down dead and a dryad ripping out its own heart to give to him, waking him up. And as long as the dryad lives, he will live. As long as he lives, the dryad lives. They're linked. But it's also slowly killing him. So if you can find a way to restore his heart, to reunite him with the giver of life, he can be saved, he can be safe.
So you're basically threatening that dryad.
They were friends
in
once.
that sense.
She is asleep in the Feywild, protected by a wolf cub and a demigod named Kononos, Lord of the Hunt.
Okay. Is there a name for the dryad?
The dryad's name is Tig. Tigariel. She was once an elf.
So I'm assuming that covers. Oh, shit. Felix's. Oh, God. Alright, there's that.
In the short term, getting him out of this country is the safest bet, and sooner rather than later. If he dies, if he's executed, then the Dryad will die. And if the Dryad dies, Kononos will go as well. And he guards the border between the Feywild and the Shadow Plane. The Feywild will fall into shadow, and the God of Death will control the gateway to the material. Felix is far more important.
Oh, shit.
Ignis. And he stares at you for a moment, and you see this burning hand go on the priest's shoulder, and it's a female shaped hand. It's nails. You can see this gold ring, and it's just this roiling flame. He looks at it. She is with me now, paying direct attention. You must save Felix. You have to. She asks this of you. And just for a moment, the sunlight, as it sort of plays across the room, you just see this huge female figure smiling down, and she breathes out, and this little breath flows into that gold dragon that's flying around, and it lands on your shoulder and sort of like snuggles into your neck.
Give it a scratch under its neck.
This is her gift to you. That small ember will help guide you in the days to come.
Give a lot of... this is a lot for Ignis, by the way. It's just like...
As you're sitting there, the entity that is inside this priest just says, "This body is in need of nourishment. Sit with me, eat, and you can ask your questions." And as this priest that is possessed by a very high-powered angel of the sun walks across to a small table, I assume you would follow. We're going to cut across to Nia while you just process all that.
Yeah.
Take a minute.
Do I get a chance to process all that? Because fuck, I know what this means.
Yeah, I'm gonna let him just sit there and deal with that.
I'm gonna fanboy for a minute, so I'm gonna mute myself.
Okay. Shelby.
Yes.
You have sat there. You probably would have spent some time thinking about what's going on before leaving. And
I would have liked her to spend that time writing a few letters, actually.
Yep.
If you would not mind.
So maybe like an hour and a half, just like sitting there with Bob every now and be like, "You sure you're alright? Anything I can do at all?"
I don't know if Bob can read, but I mean, I'm writing in common. She would just every time say no and keep writing, and she is writing letters to Savrith, her dad, her uncle, processing all of her feelings.
Okay. Tamel talked about you a lot on the trip back here. He was very upset.
I said a lot of really bad things to him.
Why would you do that? He's so nice.
I was really angry. Not at him, but I took it out on him when I shouldn't have. That's why I want to talk to him. I need to say I'm sorry. I need to fix it.
I think that would be good, but Yako's very angry with you.
I know.
You hurt his friend, and Tamel and him have had lots of conversations. They let me sit in Yako's cabin, and it's very nice, and the ship kept making me drinks, but it was... Tamel was sad, and Yako was angry, and I was drunk, but it was... Do you think you can fix it?
I don't know. I want to try, but I don't know.
Yako showed me a little carving that he had made for Tamel, and he said it was of Tamel's daughter, his little girl, and you look exactly like her. He called it a doppelganger.
Doppelganger?
That's the one.
told me that too. That I looked like her. Yet, Tamel spent some time helping me get better after. She just holds up the robo arm.
Did he make that for you? I've never seen him do anything like that. No?
It wasn't him who made it.
Oh.
He was taking care of me while I was recovering.
Oh, okay.
After I got my arm taken.
Who took your arm?
Have you heard of the Cult of the Dragons?
Yako said they're very mean.
They are. They took my friend, the person I was looking for. They took him, and then they took me.
Did they kill your friend? Did they make him the ghost?
They made him do a lot of bad things, and Sloane had to kill him to make him stop.
Had to kill him? You make it sound like there's no choice. And
I don't really agree that she didn't have a choice, but the situation's a bit more complicated.
My dada said that you always have a choice.
Yeah. It's hard finding which one's the right one, though.
And he sits down and he sort of looks across to you and he like holds your hands and he looks at you like, are you sure you've been making the right choices? We're all very worried about you.
She's like already really water-eyed. And I think like at this point tears finally spill over and she just shakes her head saying, I don't know. I don't know if what I'm doing is the right thing anymore. I thought it was, and I don't know. But I know I have to do this. I have to talk to him again.
The other thing my dad said is you always ask before you touch. So can I give you a hug?
She just nods.
And he sort of comes around and just like wraps his arms around you.
No.
Do you want to go see Tamel and Yako now?
Yes, please.
Okay. And he just kind of like...
She tries to like wipe her face because she doesn't want to look like she was just crying. Does a terrible job, but she tries.
Yeah, just sort of like in his massive hands, just holds your hand, like just draws you out of the tavern, close the door, and just kind of like walks you the like 35-minute walk to the boat.
Can't do this to me at the start of the game.
Could get worse. Let's see how it goes.
No, it's going to. Nothing I'm wearing is waterproof. This is gonna be bad.
He it's a bit tricky here, and he just kind of like lifts you up a bit and like just jumps this little bit to the like the entryway to the boat, because Yako has this thing where it's just pulled up, and instead of having like a gangplank comes down, the boat just has a bit that slides open, and you can just step onto the area.
I'd like to think he put that there after Auric walked onto his boat.
Pretty much. So it is like a good 3-foot gap though. So you do have to jump a little bit. And he's just like, look. Tamel said you could be a bit clumsy, so that's it. Like, jump and puts you down. And he then takes you up the stairs to the top. He's like, I believe they're through here. And he knocks on Yako's door. And Yako opens it, looks to Bob with a smile, and looks to you and the smile just fades just a little.
I can't look him in the eyes. I can't.
He sort of looks over his shoulder. Saren, love, I think you should probably leave now. I have a visitor. And looks to you, Bob. Go back to the shop. And he sort of
Nia
just
looks like she, like, just for a second, looks like she just wants to go with him. Just like, don't leave me alone.
As Bob leaves, he sort of like looks back. He's like, bye, Nia. Off he goes. Why are you here? What if... Why are you here this time?
To say I'm sorry.
To me or to him?
Both of you.
You disappeared in the night and You were injured, we didn't know where you had gone. Why? What was so bad that you had to run?
I thought I could get him back.
Who back? You're obviously cursed. Friend? You can't just get that back. You have to do work and look into it. It's not that simple.
She's just like very quiet. Like she's not sure how to respond because it's like she knows, she's nodding, she's agreeing. But she doesn't know what she can say to defend her actions either.
You hurt him. You made him reckless. He won't believe it, but you are the reason he is in there with a hole in him. He came here to find a daughter, and you knew that. And he cared for you, looked after you, trained you, and helped, and then you ran away as well. He did nothing but look after you and care. How could you do this to him? I can't believe the stupidity and naivety and who the fuck do you think you are, Nia?
And I think, like, as his voice is starting to yell, she kind of does get, like, small and she starts taking steps back. I can't make what I did okay. I don't know what I can say.
You've come here to say you're sorry with no thought, no plan, no what you're going to say and do. So the exact same thing you did when you left. No note, nothing. I mean, he sort of like pats the door frame to the ship. She says you left out the fucking window.
I wasn't alone.
She didn't see anyone else.
Someone came.
Who came for you? Who helped? Who told you it would be fine just to leave.
Have you heard of the Bastard Five?
And his face just drops. Which one?
Sam.
I'll kill him. And he sort of just... And the door behind Yako opens as he's like sitting there like getting worked up. And Tamel's standing there and he's like leaning heavily. He's shirtless with his bandage wrapped around him and is like leaking blood through the bandage. Yako, if you could just give me a minute to talk to Nia alone, I'd appreciate it. And
That's on my ears off.
Yeah, you're so stressed out, your ears are falling off. It's a common elven thing.
They're just dropping down. You're like a dog.
As you look at Tamel, who has this sad expression, and you watch as Yako goes back into his cabin and throws a cloak around him and starts drawing these immaculate weapons, along with donning like rings, each that have like gemstones that glow with magic.
What did I just send
And
Yoko to do?
Loops a an amulet around his neck. And then lastly he gets a long rifle, which is like you've never seen before. Long barrel, little like it looks like it's got some sort of lever on the bottom of it. And it's covered from end to end in runes.
My homeboy about to pull an Enoch.
Yako has a gun. Why does Yako have a gun?
Yako
slings
has a gun. Doo-doo-doo.
He slings that over his shoulder and moves out onto the deck. I'll be back in the morning. Don't do any more damage, Nia. And from inside his coat, he takes one big, thick, like, bullet and loads it into the gun and fires it into the sky. And this burst of, like, almost like fireworks starts spreading across the entirety of Etredale and, like, just falling down. It's like a flare that lights up the entire city. That should make things easier. And he starts moving.
Does that at any point, do I see any of that?
This will happen. This will happen about an hour after you started your talking community.
Okay. Fair enough. I just want to know.
Yeah, timeline wise, that's where you're at. So as you look at Tamel with this sad expression on your face, you start thinking back to how you got here, and your vision sort of like swims with tears. So your mind sort of takes you back to flashback time. And we'll get to that in a moment as we switch back to Ignis.
Cool.
Yeah.
I'm going to take this opportunity to get some coffee real quick.
Go for it.
Yeah.
We might not
Don't
even
write
have a
notes.
break tonight.
Write
We'll
notes.
just go back and forward, and you guys can take breaks as you need to.
Okay.
And I'll just suffer. Fuck me, right?
The life of a DM.
Yep. He's this guy's sitting there, and he starts like pouring water into a teapot, and he just sort of holds it in his hand for like 10 seconds, and it starts whistling, and then pours out tea. Waves his hand across some sliced bread, and just like instantly toasts, and he just like starts eating it and sipping on it. Well, that's a bit better. I find that any time I have to be inside a mortal vessel, they consume their energy stores. It's fascinating what mortals can do when they try.
We are very fragile creatures, but even in our fragility, there are various strong points.
This is true. You wouldn't quite have the spirit to endure if you didn't know that death was inevitable. The deal...
Once you value it. I'm sorry.
Yes.
Let's value what time we have and what we are willing to do with it.
It's funny that the eternal creatures from outside your plane of existence, they fear death more than any others. Their endless lives ending is not something they can completely understand. I've made a deal with this old man. He's a good soul. You have me here till dawn. You can ask your questions. You can gain knowledge. But do not push things too far. Every time I need to look into the past, the future, or seek something out, it ages him. He loses time. And there's just not enough like him in this world anymore.
I nearly slam my head on the table, bowing. Please forgive my necessity, if not foolishness. Time is a very valuable thing.
That it is.
I look up. I have a few more questions. I will attempt to be very brief with them.
Ask away.
There is someone I know. She is kind, driven, and very lost in many ways. And that is not due to a loss of power, but a persistent turmoil of pain and suffering. And she has been met with cruelty on several different occasions. She is cursed.
Are you talking of a... He sort of like looks up for a second. Sloane?
Speak of Nia Arron.
Ah. Yes. That one is fractured. Not completely broken.
Her strength doesn't come from what she once had, but her dedication to try. And through all those fractures, I believe they can be reforged in gold. I am not sure if whether or not she had her power back, if she would make those right decisions, or if she will make bad decisions. But I know that she can't live like that.
It is the opinion of myself and the goddess that we wait and see with that one. She was once a follower. She had the power of a dragon inside her. She was soulbound to one. But she neglected it. She just forswore her duties, and she made promises that she did not keep, resulting in the deaths of many. We know that it was not an easy life for her, but it is our nature that a promise is a promise, and honor should be upheld. And when she ran from this, she compounded things. She traveled away, taking on a job, and then fled that. After fleeing that, she did a small measure of good with the people you travel with now. Instead of trusting in her friends and herself and her goddess, she took the easy route. She found a new group, a new vile group of people. The things she did, young Ignis. Her soul currently is destined for one of the deepest layers of the abyss if she does not change her ways.
You tell me, O great Avatar, if I can make one promise, will you help me try and be a guiding light?
As bright a light as you can be, as fiery and true and powerful as you are, certain things can't be undone.
I know.
And he, this time, holds a hand out and says, "This might hurt a little bit, but you need to see." And he lays a hand across your head and you get burning, like, just pain of that fiery palm. And you find yourself standing in this like snow-driven field outside a village, as you can't interact with anything here. It's but a memory of something that the light has touched and wished it hasn't. As Nia walks forward, backed by these 5 individuals, and she's holding up a lantern of crystal, and the village you can just see there's a dead body laying outside the village, and warriors start running out, and she just throws out a hand, and these like spears of dark light start just spearing into them, and Nia screams, and you just see this like shockwave of power echo out, and this dark energy just starts spearing indiscriminately into the village. And every time it does, the souls of the dead get drawn into the lantern, and those souls then fuel the next spell and the next spell and the next spell, until this village is a crater. There's nothing left. Not a single thing lives. There's not an insect, a plant. There is a dark miasma of necromantic energy laying just a pall across the town, where the sun doesn't seem to be able to cast away the shadows here. Not anymore.
I want to step as close to the image of Nia as I possibly can. Inspect the eyes.
Hate is what you see in those eyes. Anger. Fury. And a slight glimmer that she is justified in doing this. You can see thousands of roiling souls in this lantern.
I too at one point was driven like this.
And you snap back to the temple. Did you do those things out of hate? Out of wanting to hurt someone?
In my young life, yes. It burned those who had crossed me. So angry. I thought that the life I had was perfect. Bringing firewood to a cold town, helping warm those. I loved my parents. I loved my friends. And once it was all taken, I wanted it all to burn. And I felt justified in hurting anyone. But then there was an emptiness, sadness, a darkness, a pit in myself that I could not fill with anger and hate and revenge and malice. And then I would find guidance in time. There was still anger in me. I want the dragon that did this to me and my family to pay. To burn. But I will not let that anger define me. I will not let my mistakes, my misdeeds at one point in my life define me, like I will not let that define that child. I will choose to be a friend.
If you wish her redemption, the first task, she needs to apologize. She insulted my lady. She was given a scale of platinum. She did not know it. She thought it was just a disc, when in fact it was crafted from a true scale of Bahamut. And she destroyed it in her anger and desire for vengeance, overriding her compassion, her duty, and her respect for the gods. She left that scale as naught but broken shards and dust in the forest. She needs to apologize She needs to rebuild the scale. Find the pieces and reforge them. This, I think, will be a step in the right direction.
Should she reforge this scale, will it give us the answers to break the curse?
The curse she is stricken by, well, there are many. Some of her own making, her own immaturity and lust for power have driven her to the way she is. Another has been laid on her by... not dead? Reborn now. Interesting. They thought they struck down a woman in the woods. Golden-furred being melted her down with power. But she has been reborn elsewhere. Interesting. Sorry, I see many things when driven to look.
Do not overexert yourself. I want to make sure that the man is safe.
He has time. And he will be taken with open arms when he does pass. But I'm not sure if we will be willing to let Nia return to the good graces of the lady if she takes the scale, reforges it. But the curse, that was laid by something very, very powerful. Have you heard of a spell usually only whispered about? It has not been cast in more than a generation, 2 perhaps, called Wish.
There are many who would dare to seek such powerful knowledge. I would consider if I had the ability to know and to learn. I feel it deep in my soul.
In some possible futures, you gain this power. And that power, that spell, is the only surefire way of breaking the curse. The gesh which binds her. And another. But he is not here. Wait. He is in the city.
Gesh? Gesh is in the city?
Gesh is the spell. Gesh, it's pronounced Gesh.
Oh, Gesh. Oh, okay, Gesh.
It's a Celtic word. Yes, I learned that last week. I was like, I'm
It's a
going to start
Gaelic
using the
word.
right word. Whatever. It's a something ick word. So the creature looks at you. There's a claw-bound creature. Very tricky fellow, traveling with a scarred man and an elf. The claw-bound is also under the influence of a gesh, sometimes called gaze. I cannot see the compulsion that he's driven by, but he is dangerous, as is she. It will take you some time to amass that level of power, and there are potential consequences in a casting of this spell, so make sure you are casting for the right reasons and getting what you want.
The only thing I want is to free her from this pain.
He sort of nods and sips his tea, and we'll travel back to Nia.
Okay, it's fine. We don't have to. We don't have to go through all of this.
We do.
I disagree.
Okay. No.
Nia,
Okay, fine.
you currently, Tamel, going back into your mind to when you were injured in bed. You woke up for the first time in what you were told was almost a week, just a couple of hours ago, to find that your friends are gone. They have left you behind to go on their next adventure. You are bandaged and tired, and you can even feel the rings around your eyes at this point. You are exhausted when Yaku and Tamel walk in. Tamel is holding a bowl of soup, and he sort of like places it down next to the bedside table. And Yaku walks to the side and sort of just like gets down really close and starts whispering, and you sort of feel a bit of energy seep into you, and it burns a bit, and he's like, no, I can't do that, and he pulls that spell out. I can't seem to lay a healing spell on her. It'll have to be natural healing for her. It's going to take weeks or months. Tamel just sort of like nods. You wake up, not completely, just sort of stir, and like you've still got your eyes closed as this has happened. You've got that little burning sensation through you. Like I said, how has she been? We've not left her side apart from to deliver food. Tamel looks to you and then back to him. Not good. She's taken in a bit of water, and we need to get her more active. Her friends are in Interlude on invitation of the Emperor, but they're getting a pardon for the crimes. I don't know if she is as well. We need to motivate her to get her strength back, or she won't be able to join them. I don't think she would be okay. Physically, maybe, but mentally, no, not if she stays here and doesn't get back out there and start moving forward again.
Am I too hurt to talk?
No, you've like heard about 4 words into that sentence. You're like now fully awake, just with your eyes closed for the moment, and you can talk.
I couldn't help them before, so I don't see why I would now. Useless as always. Everyone around me just always dies.
Tamel sort of like, Nia, that's not true. You just need time to heal. You'll be okay. I promise you'll be fine. You just need to allow nature to take its course. This is normal.
It's too much. Just too much. And she's just gonna kind of silently cry, I guess.
He sort of like gently just puts a hand on your shoulder. I'm here if you need me anything. I'm sorry this has happened to you. And Yaku just sort of like says, come on, we should let her get her rest. She obviously doesn't want company right now.
I think she's just too emotionally charged to respond.
He just says, look, I'll give you your space, but I'll be right outside if you need anything. You just yell out, make a noise, and I'm right here. I promise.
Dare you make such a good dad, damn it.
And you sort of like, in your memories, you remember falling back to sleep and sort of, every time you woke, he was there with food, he told you stories, he tried to make you feel like you weren't alone, he tried to distract you when you needed it, he, was just a good dad. It's been about 2 weeks of that, and he's sitting by the bed, and you still just look haggard. And you remember being angry, your expression is just full of it. And you were just about to start telling him what Sloane had done to you.
I'm clutching Arron's journal tightly. I have not let that go since I was able to, move around on my own.
And Tamel just has this, very soft, gentle way about him currently. He's been understanding about everything you've said or asked of him. He's just sitting there listening. And he's actually managed to get some ice, and he's got a mortar and pestle. He's crushing it to make you a cold drink.
Huh? I don't see how she could have done it. She knew who that was. And I couldn't stop her, like always. Couldn't even stay awake after the entire fight.
Are you sure that she set out to hurt him? It doesn't seem like she knew what he meant. It doesn't make sense to me.
She knew that was Arron. She knew the armor was controlling him. She knew that he didn't want to.
If the armor was controlling him.
The armor was broken. She could have stopped when he was down, but she kept going. You can subdue somebody without cutting off their head.
There is definitely something wrong with Sloane. She has... when she was here, every now and again she talks to herself, and she holds that weapon like it's a child. She
scares me.
She is very strong. And you said that Arron was as well.
He knew how to control it.
I don't even know where to begin. I know... Look, we're gonna get you stronger again, and you can try go after Hexan. You said that's what you want.
He's the reason all this happened. I never would have left home if it was not for him.
Why did you... You never would have left home if it wasn't for him, but why? You never really told me about your home life.
Every day. Do you know what it's like to live every day knowing that you are the lesser of three? You're the weak one, you're the useless one, you're the one that's never going to go anywhere, you're just the stupid little girl. That just happened. Hexan reminded me of that every day. The only reason I know how to fight was to fend him off.
You said of 3, though. Was your other brother just as bad, or was he okay?
Savrith was... He was my best friend, my teacher. But there was only so much he could do. My father didn't exactly see much wrong with what was happening.
I'm sorry, no father should treat their children like that. It's not okay.
We weren't his children. We were his soldiers. That was made abundantly clear.
Well, have you talked to them since? Have you tried going back and...
I didn't even know they were dead.
They died?
Sloane did that too. Apparently Sloane's village raided mine.
I'm sorry. I didn't know. I'm sorry.
It's okay. It's okay.
Okay. Are they all gone? The whole village? Everyone?
As far as I know, Hexan's the only one who made it out.
God.
She I imagine I still have one of those crossbow bolt wounds because I got harpooned. Yeah. She just kind of gestures to one of them. He ran into us. Fed some story to people that I had attacked a village when I didn't.
I can't imagine you ever hurt anyone. I don't know about your brothers, but I'm sure we'll find out why Sloane did what she did. I know that they're off dealing with some Etradalian politics. But if nothing else, they must be giving Sloane a bit more civility to her. Until you see
even
her.
She cracks a little smile at that.
I can help train you, but you need to eat and regain your strength. I suggest maybe talking out your problems before running off to confront her with sword and spell. He just looks very worried at the moment.
Is there something I need to know? What is the party doing? What are they doing in Interlude?
It's nothing you need to worry about. Everything's fine. You just need to heal, and you can go see them yourself.
She kind of deflates a little at that.
I'm sorry. I'll be back in an hour with some more food. Okay.
Okay.
And he sort of stands up and leaves. A week. About 4 weeks go past. And you're able to stand. You've taken Tamel up on his offer. of training. Currently, you find yourself on the deck of the Iridescent Dancer, Yako's ship. And you're just trying to summon magic and failing. You just can't seem to grasp that power anymore. You're still wrapped in bandages. You're trying at the moment to summon the sword. It's like intense look of concentration on your face. And Tamel is standing opposite you in loose-fitting clothing with just a long sword in one hand, waiting. You can't get it. You can't get that sword, and eventually you're gonna have to go pick up a training saber.
Like, she looks like genuinely distressed that she can't feel that magic. Like, she can't pull at the weave like that anymore. It's really all gone.
I'm sorry, little miss. Between what Kenora did to you and the stress of the final battle and then Saurus's efforts to heal you, I'm pretty sure you ain't got no magic left. We can work on that if you want to, but really, the focus now needs to be to get your strength of body back first. Without that, you can't get out of here. You're gonna be too weak. Food and training, okay?
She just slumly goes to pick up a saber.
Alright.
Okay.
Just remember, don't try to cast anything as we're doing this. You will end up straining yourself. Your magic, it's gone.
I don't understand.
What do you...
I don't understand how it could be gone.
Well, did Yako not mention anything to you at all?
No one's telling me anything.
He's got this expression in his face, like someone that just really doesn't want to be the one to explain this to you, like any sort of parent having to explain, a bad thing to their kids.
No, please.
Hexan took your arm, took the flesh of the dragon onto himself, and apparently its soul has gone dormant inside you. Which would have been fine, but then Saurus tried to heal you, and you know that right now healing magic doesn't work. He didn't mean to. He was trying to help, but he burnt that soul out. We don't know what happened. Yako can't find a trace of it.
Nia looks like she was just punched in the stomach.
And that's, we believe, why you can't reach out to your power. The source of it is gone, and if it's truly dead, we'll have. I believe what's dead should stay dead. I was raised that way. There are things you could possibly do to bring it back, but
I heard it for the first time. For the first time in my life, I heard its voice, and now it's gone.
Look, I think you should. Let's get some practice in. It'll focus your mind. It'll keep you off of those thoughts, and we can go through it later. I'll be there. I can talk to you as much as you need. Okay.
Okay.
Your friends have signed on with House Umberheart. They are doing well enough. I don't know the ins and outs of it, but let's get you ready. Take up a fighting stance, and we'll get started, okay?
Okay. I think we talked about for this my stats are halved.
Yeah, so this was way back when your stats currently are halved. And you have, this would have been when you was a warlock, but you have nada. You have no class abilities.
I have a sword.
Yeah, I just want to see.
Sword and no strength. Let's do it.
So, roll an attack. Let's see if you can land a hit on Tamel.
Is it okay if I just use my normal rapier for this?
Yep, go for it.
Okay. Let's, 11.
That's a nope.
No,
so, you sort of like
Dad.
weakly thrust out, and he just, standing still, just like swings his wrist, clangs the sword away. Doesn't move his feet. Okay. He doesn't try to attack you back, he's just letting you, like, get used to this. Make another attack.
I want to try and come at him from the side this time.
So, you dash to the side that hasn't got the sword on it, and you thrust out for that arm.
9.
He sort of just, as you sort of like thrust it, he leans back, takes a step towards you, and just like guides you past him with the flat of the sword, so you sort of run past him.
I would like to... Oh, well, good. If he's not going to attack me, I guess.
Not yet.
I would like to pivot and try to hit him.
Oh, my headset just turned off. Please hold. Oh, out of nowhere. It was just like, good night.
Rude.
Goodbye.
And we will just take this very short break.
The headset is conspiring against us.
Plug in the headset. Aha. That was very odd.
Yellow.
Don't worry, Arron. We're coming back to you in just a sec.
I know.
Yellow.
Hello, I'm back. So, you're going to pivot and then what?
And try to, as he's like guided me past him, I want to pivot and try to dart behind him and hit him from behind.
Okay.
That's 20.
20? Okay. Actually still doesn't hit him. He has very high AC.
God damn it, Dad.
Yeah,
a 21. Yeah. A 21, I bet.
21 would do it. So, as you're doing that, he just kind of leans back and takes a step back, and you've kind of overextended yourself. I'll make this an attack on his part. One of these
just
plus...
trips me.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, that hits.
So we'll just make this, he leans back, and you just kind of like trip over his extended legs as he's stepping back, and just face down on the floor, sprawled out. He's like, Nia, calm down. You can't rush this. I can see you have guts, but rushing headlong in will not get you where you want to go. You need to work on your form, your balance, your strength. If you want to, we can start again.
I think that, especially after the talk that they had, she's gonna stand up, go put the saber away. We can try again later, when I'm not so useless.
And as you walk away, she's like, Nia, you're not useless. Alright. Before we go into the next flashback scene, let's head back to Ignis, who's been waiting patiently in a dome.
I'll be back.
And with the realization of what to do with now there is 3 things left on my mind. The greatest danger that I am foreseeing, as well as the necessity to assure that those who were lost, those who had lost their lives, you are aware I had to, ashamingly having to admit this, send many to the goddess in order to prevent calamity. And I have a name and a face to that force that caused destruction and suffering. A creature known as Flesh.
She is a interesting one. The 5, the people she's with are unknowing servants of a greater evil. They have found, well, one of them, the original, found a very old temple that allowed them to corrupt the ley lines of this planet. Tariel. Each one is almost a manifestation of the end of time. The horsemen, not that they know it.
They need to pay for what they had done to those people. And I had asked at one point if I would one day have the power to face them and defeat them. There was a possibility. But it's not that the power that I am looking for. I need to know how.
How to beat Flesh?
How to burn them all.
Flesh is perhaps the most powerful biomancer to ever walk this world. She has taken various schools of magic, along with science and medicine, and woven them together to be something more. As far as I can see, even if you manage to kill that body, there are others. She is a weed. And, well, she's a weed here, but maybe with the right guidance, that young girl can find the place where she's meant to grow. I don't think she's properly redeemable, but I don't think we have the capacity My lady would not agree with this, but I am her angel of righteous fire. I am a flame that burns too hot. There are ways, but it involves destruction or trapping of a soul. For if you slay her, she can be reborn. She has seeds across the world. Spelled jars that will rupture and she will be born anew from. Even with that, the sheer amount of enchantments laid across her flesh, along with mechanical and biological she would call them upgrades, means that even dismemberment would not be enough. If you have the power to completely incinerate her, all you do is store her for the time being. You could either hunt down only 5 seeds stand in the light. There would be more elsewhere hidden. Or you could find a way to trap her soul so it cannot be reborn. But I must warn you, this is a dangerous path to walk. It is not an act which a good and righteous man should take. However, it may be the only way to protect others. It is a difficult choice to make.
I do not wish for people to suffer. But those who have already have. I will not risk my soul, but I will challenge my soul to do the right thing.
I can see... Sorry to interrupt you, but I can see that your soul is already challenged. I had not noticed it before. You have made an agreement. A dangerous one at that.
I have. I did it to save my friends. Which is why my next question will be very important, so that I may relieve myself of this challenge and be prepared to face the next.
Ask your question.
There is a hag that sits below the house of Umberhar, who was betrayed by her mother. I decided to trade to time and wager my soul in order to defeat a greater evil, one that had betrayed this entrapped being. I want to know where her mother is, the one who has caused this being a great deal of suffering.
Unfortunately, Baba Yaga is beyond our sight.
Oh shit! Oh shit! Okay! Oh fuck! I didn't know that!
Her house wanders the north often. Souls that have crossed it come into Our Lady's presence and speak of their demise. She is a cruel woman, a hag, a witch, many things, but powerful. This challenge is currently beyond you. This challenge would be beyond most.
That is true. But I like to keep my promises. And I will grow strong. And I have some friends. And they will grow strong too. I will defeat this Baba Yaga. And then, as payment to those who have lost their lives, I will hunt down flesh, and I will bring her soul to the light.
Okay. Little Aurelius here will help guide you. And the dragon sort of just like crawls up, like a kitten would, like just scratches, like crawls up and just like sits on your head.
His name is Aurelius.
Yeah. It's just like it's almost like a freshly hatched wormling, but smaller. Like the runt of the litter. This is just a small piece of a once greater individual. Our goddess was once just the god of the sun. When the god of death, the new one, was born, it had consumed the entirety of the astral plane. That sea of souls was devoured, and he tried to pull the sun from the sky to make this world a place of death and undead. A man named Takara Stormwarden was much like your friend Nia, soul-bound to the last great worm of a dying world. And he gave up that golden dragon to empower the sun, to give it a golden shield, to fight back against death. Takaris is the brother of the storm goddess Cyrene. He is an immortal mortal, finally. He was not born a long-lived elf, though his mother was. He's not a celestial, but in thanks for what he gave up, that last piece of his world, one that was destroyed by the horsemen, we, the gods of justice and light, have gifted him immortality. If you need more detailed knowledge on things from beyond our sight, because we cannot see the horsemen, we cannot see their greater partners, the 5 even are mostly beyond us, beyond all of the divine. Find Dakaris. He can help. And he sort of like looks up. In fact, your friends have been told of him a dozen times and have made no effort to find him, which is curious. He lives in the mountains outside of a city called Duskfall.
Looking at the map.
It's not on this continent.
Duskfall.
If you get a chance, go there. Tell him that Saranoric sends her love and her thanks. In fact, someone he called for is heading here to pay their own obeisances, their own prayers to the gods. a knight, an old one, that he is hired to train his granddaughter. We would be appreciative if anytime you meet this man, you help in any way you can. Anything to help out Takara's will be much appreciated.
I will honor that.
Okay. Do you have any other questions?
I have one last one.
Okay.
All things considered, this last question is not of great importance, but a selfish request. I want the name. The name of the dragon that had destroyed my home. Killed my family.
I am sorry for this, but I can only draw one conclusion here. That dragon is beyond our sight, which means it is of divine power, which means it will be the White Queen, the frigid maw and white head of Tiamat.
There has always been that feeling, the case.
She has orchestrated everything so far to do with the cult. She stole the power of the red dragon. She bound the green into the shadow plane. It was then released by Felix. Not intentionally, of course. He did not know what he was doing. But your friends sent the green dragon to hell, along with, well, where the red resided. In fact, I know that the white head stole the blue drake's endless life. He has disappeared. He is below ground somewhere. That dragon would be very old and frail if you wanted to make it so that the tyrant queen was weakened, so that she could not quite reform how she should. That is the weak spot. Find the blue drake. Kill it. It was questing to find the body of Bahamut. That is all we know.
I believe I have my answers.
At some point over the course of this time, you've seen the psh, of the gun firing into the sky, and this like small, like almost like just embers are falling across the city.
Oh. I feel like something calls.
It's a magical flare of some sort. Interesting. Despite the fact it is nightfall, the city will be quite bright now.
I want to thank you, both of you, and of our goddess. I've been given a great deal of enlightenment.
You are very welcome, Ignis Brimlight. I can give you one more piece of information before I pass. Something that both this priest, myself, and the lady believe you should know. And he closes his eyes. When he opens, they flare out with light, and it burns the priest a little bit more, and you see like he's old, but his face gets a little more wrinkled as he does this. I cannot see exactly what. Your father? Your birth father, did you ever know him? You said you were adopted.
I was.
He is a Fire Lord, working for the Mad Prince in the Plane of Fire. The Prince has many such creatures. They tend to be ancient elementals of vast power or fire giant generals. Things that have their essence innately tied to the plane of fire. Hopefully that gives you some help, some guidance to know where you came from. I think everyone should know where they've been, who they are.
Thank you. I never really needed my father to start with. It was always this nature of the family I made. I've always appreciated those who made me what I would one day become. But if my father is in pain due to this mad prince, perhaps that will be another day where I challenge my soul again.
The Mad Prince is a greedy, vile godling. Covets the power of the sun. Almost slew his friend, Scorodin, the risen and reborn Moradin. And he is the reason Sloane suffers as she does. This frame is almost at its end. I must leave. Thank you for your continuous devotion to the sun, to light and healing and warmth. Try not to fall to vengeance. I'll be seeing you around, Ignis Brimlight.
I look forward to it. Thank you.
He reaches out a hand and sort of scritches the dragon on the back of the neck. Goodbye, Aurelis. And the priest just sort of like sits back and his head rocks back and he's got his eyes closed and it's just like almost like steam coming off his eyes, his closed eyes.
Oh. You want me to help with that? Are you okay?
Just holds up his hand. And we'll cut back to Nia.
I don't want to play this game anymore.
So many answers.
It's not the answers. The answers I'm happy with because I know I've connected a lot of these dots. I don't want to cry anymore.
Okay.
The good news is that now we have solid reality.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
I'll let you...
I'm still swimming in the past, so.
Yeah, I'll end up heading back towards you hopefully by the end of this, but
yeah.
I may or may not be there.
So, you, Nia, it's been a couple more months. You are now. You find yourself back on the deck, and you walk down. You're still parked outside a city, a town. Far away from Echelon. And you move down to this clearing. You turn and you hold a sword pointing it towards Tamel more confidently. After weeks and weeks of training, the muscles in your arms stand out with like stark definition in the sunlight. A lot of your scars have healed and you have this very determined look on your face. You're pretty sure this is the day you get to beat Tamel and prove that you are strong enough to go to your friends and help them out again. Tamel is now across from you holding a runic warhammer and shield. This time he has plate armor on. He is in his full war getup.
Cool, Dad.
So Tamel sort of strikes out and you parry the warhammer as I push aside. And he's just holding a light conversation as he fights. Like it's not really an effort for him. Do you think maybe Hexan was lying about Sloan? Do you really believe she did that to your family?
As she parries the blade, the blow, and dodges another, just kind of like jumps up off the ground. I hope she was lying, but Tamel, she killed Arron. I've seen her kill people for much less reasons. She killed someone in a fighting pit just because they wanted to stop.
And as you sort of like thrust forward, he uses the head of the hammer to push the blade aside and then just shield bashes you back a few steps. Hopefully your friends are finding out where Hexan is and they've been busy dealing with feuding houses. I hate politics. And he raises hammer up and brings it down. We're going to go through 2 rounds of combat with a level 20 runesmith.
Oh shit, no.
Not Runesmith, you know, the YouTuber. Runesmith, the custom class. So.
Well, could I preemptively... No, I'm not a rake yet, am I? No, I'm not.
Yeah, you are. You got 10 levels in that, said.
Yeah, okay. So, hold on. I just need to look at my deeds real quick, because I think there's one that can give him disadvantage to hit me.
Well, make a roll for initiative, please.
Nope, there's not. I don't. Oh, what?
Roll for initiative.
Okie dokie.
Oh, that's not good.
Oh, no. Tamel's about to knock me on my ass. Yeah.
Oh, just. Alright.
I'm about to get smacked.
So, he is going to step forward and he speaks a command, like he whispers something into the head of this warhammer, and air starts whipping around and lightning crackles across its surface. And he's going to make his 2 attacks.
Oof. Do I have sword and buckler, or am I just down to sword?
Does 20 hit?
Oh, that hits.
Okay. Right. And as he swings it across you, you feel this like sort of like impact that zaps across you and like shocks you to your core for a moment. And you see the rune on the side of the hammer glow brightly, and if the next one hits, you know that there's going to be some like big. You've fought him enough times now that it'll be some like big runic blast, some magical effect will come off this thing and hit you. So, I believe Warhammer is D6 unless it's D8 unless held in two hands. Plus a D4. Plus.
Plus. Ow.
Aha.
Yeah, plus ow.
You take 13 points of damage, of which, let me double check this, of which 2 points were lightning damage. And then he sort of, the wind whipping around the weapon sort of like helps move him along. Like it's like he's got, you know, like wind in his sails. And he dances back 30 feet after running 10 feet towards you. His movement speed has been increased.
Cool.
Your turn.
Well, I wanted to ask if when he was doing that, could I use a deed point to make an attack against him as a reaction with Dazzling Repose?
Yep.
Yeah, after he smacked me, I would like to try and smack back. 21
hits.
Oh, hold on, sorry. 16 points of damage.
Jesus.
And that was my reaction.
Sick. Okay. So he takes 16 points of damage and he's like, oh. It's like it hit his breastplate, but it like slid off and it like pushed him back with the force. He's like, okay, we're not playing around there.
Nia looks very proud of herself.
He sort of sits there and he like ducks down, clangs the hammer against the shield, then brings the shield up to like just around his eyes, and it's your turn.
Okay. I think 1 second there was a deed point. There was a deed I was looking at. Hold on. I'm the worst for not having this repaired. I'm sorry.
You even knew this was happening. I was like,
I knew this was happening, and I didn't have a. I would like to use my bonus action to take a dodging stance to gain a +4 to my AC.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'd just like to go up and start bapping.
Yep. Yeah.
29.
That'll hit.
Dad taught me well, guys.
14
points of damage.
Alright.
And there's one more. Because I don't have my third attack yet, I don't think.
Miss.
Oh,
yeah,
well, that's a
yet.
fail.
As you're running forward, he launches it, like he throws the hammer at you, and it just sort of boom, into your chest. Because he was waiting for this.
He also did a reaction smack.
Oops, I rolled the wrong thing, but that's fine. I'll just do that again. A 7 would hit you anyway, because a 6 hit you before. I just didn't do the right math.
Well, my AC is +4 right now.
What's your AC at total?
17 +4.
Yeah, he'd hit you. Alright.
Okay. Fine.
You take another 9 points of damage, of which 1 is lightning. And then you get in and you stab him. Stab him good. The runes now have like charged up, and he is going to hit you with... Please hold, because now I'm being the one not prepared. Decided it's your fault though.
Yeah, no, you can't get mad at me.
It's a rune of ignition as the wind like whips this flaming like tornado up, and he just slams it down at you. Let's see, because it's now his turn. Let's see if he actually hits you. He should. He's got +14 to his roll. Magic weapons, no, 18.
That doesn't hit me.
Okay. Well, on his second attack, I think I can just hit up, right? Oh, yeah.
That
still
doesn't hit me.
So he swings down, you duck to the side, he swings laterally across, and you just duck again, and now you get to stab back.
Yeah. I think I have one more deed point left that I can expend for that same +4 to my AC. So we're gonna do that, and bap.
Doesn't hit.
That does not hit Dad. That also does not hit
Doesn't
Dad.
hit.
I tried.
Yep, you did. He sort of just looks at you. He's like, okay, time to see what a Rune Lord can do. And he holds his weapon up, and it and his shield start glowing red. He is going to attack you. I have to do this again. I can go like this. Roll. Oh, I might have just killed you. Alright, let's have a go. Let's have a look at this.
Oh, shit.
Okay, so it'll be 2d8 plus 2d4 plus 2d8 plus
Dad!
plus the actual rune that he put on it. Dad. God damn it. Rune of Ignition. At 17th level, we'll do 1d8 fire damage plus... we'll do an additional 4d8, so that makes it 8d8, because it crit. Plus your spellcasting mod, which isn't further plus
Jesus
5.
Christ, are you just gonna knock me out?
Roll!
Fuck!
Oh, ow. Oh, that's a big ow.
How many fucking d8s was that?
12.
I'm sorry.
Because he
12?
crit. Because he crit. All the magical effects on his weapon, which do like it would have been once per day an extra 1d8, and then the magical thing does an extra 4d8, and then he crit, so it just doubled.
I'm
Yeah,
sorry,
we do
but
we do brutal criticals around here. It's really awesome when we get them. It really sucks when we're critted.
Yo, like
Level
that is
20,
the
man.
equivalent. That is the equivalent of me casting a level 9 fireball.
Nah, it's not. Is it? No, it's not. Level
Yeah.
9, level
Anyway.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7. But still, I get what you're saying. All right, continuing. So are you still awake?
Yes, actually, Nia's still up with like. Can I say the number? Does it matter?
Yeah, go for it.
44 hit points.
All right, so just like you get hit and like you're just a bit singed, and he's like, "Are you okay there?"
I do think that was enough to make her drop her saber and like need to take a step back.
Well, he's got another attack, so he's gonna like he just asks, "Are you all right?"
Trying to keep a good face. It's like,
All right. And he will roll another attack against you.
Don't knock me out, Dad. That doesn't hit.
He kind of really half-hearted. He's like, like because like I don't want to accidentally kill, second daughter. All right, it is your turn.
Yeah, I dropped the saber. Nia just got critted really hard. I think she needs a minute. So she's gonna like drop the sword, take a few deep breaths, and just kind of look at him. Tamel, why are you helping me?
Why wouldn't I?
I mean, you don't know me. You appreciate what you've done, but you don't know me. I'm just some kid that showed up on your boat.
I shouldn't need a reason to be nice.
What aren't you telling me? Well, I'm not a kid. Despite just calling myself one, I'm not one. What are you hiding from me? I've barely gotten any information about where my friends are, or what's going on out there.
He drops his weapon and shield and sort of just crosses his arms. I'm sorry. I told you I was out here looking for someone just like you were.
Did you find them? Or do you need help finding them?
No, My daughter's still out here somewhere. You look a lot like her. I couldn't let you be hurt. I couldn't just let you be so alone and lost. I'm sorry.
But you know I'm not her.
Shrugs his shoulders and wipes his eye a little bit. Yeah.
What happened? You don't have to tell me if you don't want to.
She resents me for letting her mother die. She left home without a word, and I just need to make sure. I need to see if he just looks at you, shakes his head, and turns away.
Nia just watches him go, and then, like, I guess when he's out of earshot, she just kind of kicks her own foot. Like, what is wrong with me? Do I need to be that mean? And just kind of like sits down in the grass for a little while to think.
Okay. That night, as you are alone in your room on the boat, you are still, like, thinking over all the things that you said and, like, ways you've kind of attacked Tamel. You've kind of, like, had a go at him. Like, every interaction, he's been nothing but caring the entire time. And there's a candle on the windowsill, which Sam left for you. And you're holding a tinderbox in your hand.
I feel like she paces like a couple times, goes up to the window, about to light it, goes away, goes up to the window, about to light it, walks away. And then the third time, she finally just bites like the inside of her lip and strikes the flint and steel.
Candle lights up, and this little bit of, like, bluey red smoke sort of, like, lifts off it. And within about 5 minutes, on the ground you hear, Nia? Hello?
She'll, like, lean out the window.
He is holding the reins to 2 horses. You sure? Well, young Nia, pick a horse.
She'll take Arron's journal, climb out the window, leave the candle, and mount the horse closest to her.
Okay. You spend some time riding, more or less in silence. He just gives you a little bit of breathing room. And you come to a small camp in the forest. There's 4 other people there. One is a warforged with blades on most of his joints, and there's a chain connecting his shoulder to upper arm to forearm, forearm to hand, and he's sort of just like, all the bits are independently turning, and as he sees you, he just sort of shrugs his shoulders, and all they pull back together. There is another very large man, like a 10-foot tall, like, Greek god-looking, Adonis, who just looks at you. And licks their lips as if thinking of food.
Yeah, madness. Fuck you.
And there's two young women sitting next to each other whispering. One is about, hard to tell, maybe 10? And the other one's about 17. This is my family. Everyone, this is Nia. Nia meets despair, pain, madness, and flesh. If you wish, pain and flesh could help you with your ailments. That's what you want.
She kind of instinctively puts a hand to where that Y incision she's had starts on her shoulders, and you can kind of see it peeking out because she's not wearing a sleeve on her amputated arm. And she just gives a hesitant nod.
He walks over to the Warforged and whispers something to it. And then, Flesh, see what you can do. Flesh wanders up and just looks at you. Lay down, Nia.
She will.
Sam says I can do wondrous things, but I know that it can be painful, so don't worry, you're safe here, and just be aware this could hurt a little bit, okay? After we can have a tea party and we can play dress up and just have a nice time.
Can I take, I'm sure I have a scrap of cloth I can take out to bite on.
Yeah. She starts casting some small spells across you, and you sort of just feels almost itchy, a little bit painful. It's like something's like tickling the bones in your body as the magic is just probing around.
Flesh is so fucked up. No, the flesh is so fucked up.
I can definitely do something, but I need to be able to see inside to do it. And she looks to Sam, who looks to you.
I ask him, I cast him a look that's basically looking for, I'm worried, I want reassurance. I don't know how to explain that in words.
He gets a stick and wraps it in cloth instead of what you've got and gives it to you.
So take that and bite on it.
Sam nods to Flesh, and Flesh just pretty much gets her fingertips and just pushes them. They just go straight through your skin, and she starts running her hands across the bones of your ribs and your spine, and you can feel as her fingers are dipping into all the runic carvings that have been done to you.
I'm screaming into the stick, but I'm screaming.
Let's be honest, you black out.
Yeah. Yeah.
When you come to, Pain is sitting there, and he's got your head on his lap, and he's just stroking your head with one hand, and independently with the other one, he's fitting the arm to you, and as you sort of open your eyes, he sort of just points to the arm.
So she's groggy as fuck, but she looks down and tries to command her body to lift the arm up.
And it lifts.
And then she hesitantly, she goes to touch it with her other hand and looks up to see if she can. And if he nods, she touches the hands, the fingers, the joints. She can't feel it yet.
No.
So she's just getting used to the fact it's responding to what she's telling it to do. And because it's the first time in months she's had anything on that side.
Yeah. He slides a panel across it, and he's got, it's just a blank face, there's nothing there, but he still holds up her finger to it and then points to it, and it says, "Welcome, little sister, love, Pain."
I think she smiles a bit looking at it.
As you're standing there, your mind sort of drifts back to the present. Tamel standing there. And all the things you've done to this point, all the things we did in our solo sessions that we just do not have time to go through because it was weeks.
God, no. God, no.
I've tried to give as much background here as I can. Tamel standing there. Are you okay?
Tamel, I'm so sorry. I was terrible to you. No, it's not okay. I was cruel to you. Every time you were just trying to help me, and every time I kept pushing you away, or yelling at you, or just being cruel and mean, and I shouldn't have, and I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm sorry I left. I'm sorry I got you hurt, and I'm sorry.
It's okay. Look, you sort of like this little smile. Don't cry.
But it's not okay.
You're safe. You're here. And whatever's happened, we can fix it. Okay?
No, it can't be fixed. Can't fix it. I don't know how. I just wanted to say I was sorry.
You have been through so much that none of what has happened can be laid at your feet. It's not fair. You are. And as you sort of like put your head down and cry, so like lifts your chin up, like you're just. I know you hate it, but you're just a kid, and we'll figure it out. We'll make everything right. Okay?
Well, I did a lot of really bad things while I was gone.
Do you want to tell me about them?
They took me to Sloan's village. I was so angry.
What did you do?
It's gone.
You sort of see he looks a bit like his face just like sort of shows up. It's like just sad that that's happened and that's what you've done. It's.
I know it wasn't Sloan's fault now, and I don't know what to do.
Who took you there? You were strong, sure, but you couldn't have got. She's from the north. That's so far away.
The Bastard 5.
And then he seems to like put two and two together about where Yaka's gone. He's like, "Oh no. Firstly, you can't be held accountable for that. The bastard, Sam, their leader. He has. I was part of a group that tried to track him down when he was in Arron, and he influences people. Whatever he says, you just can't help but do. He can turn it on and off to see you squirm, but we believe that there's something about him. He's got something wrong with him. But he never lies. we can make this. We can do our best to make amends in some way. I know it's not easy, and you're gonna have to do some hard. You have to tell Sloane. You can't.
I know.
You can't just let that sit between you.
I don't know how to tell her. How do you tell someone that?
You said it's gone. You just burnt it down. Like, did anyone get out at all?
No.
The women and children? Honey,
I've made it really clear what I had to do to pass that test. And at that moment, I wanted nothing more than to watch that place burn and everyone inside.
I can't. I can't be angry at you for all this. I just can't. It's not with some of the things I've done in my life. I found one of the men that took my daughter. It's how this happened. And he slides off his gloves he's wearing, and his hands are just torn to shreds from punching things. It's like, I took one of them to the workshop on All Hallows Eve, and I made him tell me. People do things when they're angry and hurt, and sometimes we go too far, but I have to believe that we can make amends.
She's just like full sobbing at this point.
Come in, let's talk. I have a drink and just we can talk.
She'll walk in.
He sort of like, as you walk in, he just sits there and gives you like this big bear hug for a moment.
Yes. And she hugs back.
I have to send a message out. Yako, I don't know if he can beat Sam, and I can't let that man be influenced by him.
Can I help? Is there anything I can do?
We'll figure it out. No, I'll just send this message and we'll talk, and hopefully he comes back. And with that, I think we end the session with Ignis walking back towards the boat, you and Tamel having a chat, and because we're pretty much been gone for 3 hours now. And hopefully you guys feel like you did a lot of personal stuff that got you some answers.
Look at my fucking face, Nova. Look what
I can't
you
hear
did
you,
to
Arron.
me.
You're muted.
I desperately want to try and talk to Nia for one small second.
Okay.
Don't. I'm gonna be honest. She
I'm
is
gonna
in
say
no
one
state.
sentence.
She is in no state to talk.
Tell you
right now.
what we'll do is, you get back, and there's the knight that had gone there, we'll say, to the temple, did his thing. You're walking back to the boat because he's getting on that boat as well. And the knight knocks on the door to where Tamel and Nia are. She's like, Is Yaku around. I don't understand why I've been left here. We're meant to have gone already. This is just a Tamel at the moment. You're kind of standing behind. You can see Nia inside upset. And Tamel's just, look, I'm kind of in the... Yak will be back at some point. He said he'll be back in a couple hours, but... Look, and he just sort of looks both of you like, Nia's a bit upset. Is there anything you want me to pass on to her, Ignis? And if you want to, he will open the door a little bit so you can say something, but you get one sentence.
I say, I have answers for you. Very warmly, very kindly.
Okay. Alright, we can talk about that in the morning, okay? Just for now. Take Evander here, find a place to sleep, and we'll talk later. Alright. And with that, we'll end the episode.
That's all I wanted to say. That's how I wanted to end the episode, was that. That's
okay.
all I wanted.
So, it was a quiet one. It was not exactly a long one, but it was definitely like sort of a quieter episode than normal. Hopefully,
I have an emotions headache now. Thanks.
Yeah, I can imagine. That's why it was an interlude. It's not like a full episode. You know, I'm not counting it as like a all the action pack stuff. Like, it's all canon. It all happened. But it's just everyone's Thanksgiving. I wanted to just let you guys.
It's like when Scarlett had her mini sessions by when she was coming back.
How you doing? Been a while since I've seen you around.
Hello.
I need to catch up with all you guys soon. Anyways, what we'll do is we'll just quickly say thanks to HeroForge once again. Thanks to Siren Escape. Thanks to Bree. Thanks to Serum. I will be making a post about the charity stream happening next weekend. 48 hours of D&D, starting with the Scales Above game. Once that finishes, we have, I think, the Doom Donkey doing a game, and then Josh the Pirate doing a game. Then there's a bit of a chill painting stream. Then Sean from Paradise, and it just goes on from there. I know Shelby's running one with Jocat in it.
It's my
and
first
Kelsey,
time DMing
and
live, guys.
Someone else. Who else is in that? Jocat, Kelsey. Who else is in it?
Person you put me in contact with, and Dipper.
Yeah. So Dipper from Mercs of Mischief, Jocat, Jackamus, and Kelsey. And then the closing stream, or the last game is Yarihu with Davy, Blue. Who else am I missing?
Distortion Devil from the Unexpectables campaign.
Excellent. And I am, if we can't find a fourth, I will be playing in that. Tentatively playing. It's just, I am taking for like 36 out of 48 hours. I will gratefully take the extra sleep.
What time is the closing stream meant to be?
That game, I believe, starts at 8 p.m. EST. I'll have to double check.
Depending on where I'm at, I might be able to tech for you. I know I should say that offline, but I may be able to
We'll see how that goes.
If you end up playing, I'll take that burden off your shoulders for you.
I mean, well, Shelby, do you want to play?
No.
No. We've
I will have played D&D. No. That will, because of the way my D&D schedule is, that will be my third day playing my third D&D game if I do that, and I will be hungover because I'm in the
drinking stream we're doing.
Oh, yeah. Ooh.
So, anyways, yes. We'll do a really quick. Tell us who you are, where you're from, and your favorite moment. We'll start with Shelby, so she's right next to me.
Hi, my name is Shelby or Whistle. I'm from the channel Whistle While You Work. It's a channel where I tell stories from my D&D experience and draw whatever fun fantasy stuff comes to mind. I'm the producer behind a series called Into the Farwood, which is a one-woman production of a creepy retelling of a D&D game. As Nova said, I'm going to be DMing a game for the charity live stream. I've been playing Nia, our crybaby, And I'm sorry, I'm gonna be selfish. My favorite moment was being a crybaby today. I have been waiting for this for so long. Like, Nova knows. Like, I have yelled at you about this for like a year. How much I've been waiting for this moment for Nia to just fucking break down since we started making her go down this path. I've been waiting for the moment she's like, no, I fucked up, and I love it.
You've been wanting to talk to Tamel like every session this season. Be like, I gotta talk to Tamel. Like, you're gonna have to wait. I want to talk to Tamel. You have to wait.
Yep.
So, yeah.
Nia's on a fucking path. I need to say sorry to Dad.
Yeah.
He was such a good dad. I need to say sorry.
And then we have Arron/Yarrow.
Oh, my favorite moment?
Well, who you are, where you're from, and your favorite moment.
Did Shelby do? Like, I know Shelby said all of her favorite moments, but like, I don't think
I said my thing before I even said my favorite moment.
I'm losing my mind at Baba Yaga.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Now, who are you?
Okay, hi, I'm Arron. I'm otherwise known as Yoshien. I am the creator of How to Be an Adventurer, which is a Danmachi parody series. I'm also the dungeon master for D6, the D&D live stream show. I am currently about ready to start getting the process done of getting that show up and running relatively soon. There'll be an announcement that will be happening very, very soon. Also, speaking of D6, I forgot to mention this. I have just finished putting together the entire art gallery for the entirety of D6 Dawnright. So pretty much every art piece over the course of the past 2 years, I have put into a single video, and it will be uploaded relatively soon on the D6 D&D live show YouTube channel, which it's just full of amazing art from so many people, as well as our three main people, Bracky, Caitlin, and Boo Radley. So if you guys are interested, there'll be some stuff about that. And I guess my favorite moment tonight was just all this information. All of this was so fucking like important. And there's like some stuff that I don't even think anybody else knows. And there's now stuff that, like, I fully comprehend a lot more about with this world and the threats, and also just, like, now I feel far more determined to, you know, go to start facing things with a bit more brevity in the near future. So hopefully, see where that goes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hi, my name's Nova. I run Roll for Damage. We have so many things happening in the next few weeks. We have the 3-hour stream. I've just finally got the domain. I'm setting up the website at the moment. We are getting a Patreon kicked off. We are working on some stuff with Shelby and getting some people to do some voice acting for us. So that'll be fun when that actually gets finished up. Yeah, I don't intend to sleep between now and New Year's. We'll just see how life goes. Don't me, Shelby.
That's why God invented coffee.
That roll for damage cup? Oh, yeah. Shit!
Yeah. I always, whenever I drink, are these still up? Are these still up on the... Yeah, you can get this off of our Stream Elements store.
I think they're still up. If they're not, I will put it back up there. But yeah, go, if anyone wants some cool stuff.
I make a point to use my Roll for Damage mug every single time we play if I'm drinking coffee, because we need to support. Also, these are amazing quality, by the way. I put this thing through the dishwasher like 80 bajillion times, and look, it's still nice. That's better than what I can say for Redbubble, okay?
There's not many people here, but I'll throw this out right now. If you want to support us anyway, you know, you can just easiest way, Twitter, you know, follow us. And just, you know, help signal boost us in any way, especially with this charity stream coming up. I really want to help, you know, kids for Christmas, especially since I've had a couple of deaths in the family to do with cancer, both old and young, and I would like to, you know, tell cancer to fuck off. And I feel like this charity stream is a good way to do that.
Let's make some sick kids' Christmases a little easier.
Yeah, pretty much. Other than that, if you want to help in any other way, we have our merch store. You can sub. Twitch Prime's a good way to do it, because, you know, you probably just got to sit there and forgetting about it. So, you know, hit that button. And the other thing is we have released 2 homebrew subclasses on DM's Guild. So if you want to have a look at that, they are currently at pay what you want. So you can get it for free, or you can pay like, I don't know, 50 cents, $1, whatever you feel like, and pick it up. And that helps support us, and that would be great. Alright, we're going to go. We're going to fast into raid. I'm going to run an ad for 30 seconds before we do. Please stick around through it. It really, really helps the channel. Let's first on a raid, guys. Who's
Dork Tales is on right now.
Dork Tales.
Woo! Yep.
Oh god, you fucking... Okay. Is that... We rated them last time, right?
We've rated them before. I don't know if we'd rated them last time.
We rated them last week. I remember that.
Okay, so Girl DM is also doing a Just Chatting. Let's see.
I'm happy to
Roll for
raid.
Seduction is also having a game, and they have like 19 people. It'd be nice to send some extra people over to them.
Okay. Roll for Seduction or Dork Tales? What do you feel? I'll do either one.
I think Roll for
Seduction.
I think Roll for Seduction.
We're going to run that ad. Wave goodbye, guys. The raid will be starting very soon. See you next week for the insanity of 48-hour stream. Bye-bye.
Bye.
And now I have to raid.